few weeks ago, I asked you guys to send me your drawings for me to build in bloxburg, and you guys sent me a lot. So today I picked 10 drawings and I made each of these into their very own build in bloxburg. Hey glossettes, so welcome back. How are you guys doing today? And now today, of course, I will be building your drawings, and I made the grave mistake of letting you guys draw whatever you wanted and promising that I would build it. But we did get some great submissions for this. I got a lot of drawings, and obviously I can't build everything, but I have picked 10 different ones for us to build today. And if you enjoy this video, I will do a part 2 and build more of your drawings. But anyways, going on to the drawings, we have 10 of course picked out, and I'm not going to reveal all of them yet, okay? We'll reveal them one by one as we build them. But let's get straight into this and start with build number 1, and this is actually a candy stall. Now this was built by Drury, and the leg of the candy stall is meant to be a lip gloss applicator, and there's also compartments for like bloxburg candy and things, and I think this one is actually going to be pretty exciting. We're gonna go and hop into build mode, and this is going to be our first little attempt. Let's see how this goes, and also let's see how accurate I can get this to Drury's vision. So I'm gonna start with the bottom bit, because as you can see there is like a square where the wheel is, so I think we should just start with the rough structure. I don't know how big to make this. Okay, wait, that might be too big. So we have this, and then we need a shape going across the top to have like the drawers and everything on. Then there's a curve on the bottom. Okay, you know what? I know we're getting straight into this already, but I'm feeling positive about this. I think this is going to be pretty good. We have some great ones and some weird ones lined up to build today. Okay, we have the curve. I need to make it a little bit longer. Also, if you can hear background noise, it's my cat Humph running around. Oh no! Guys, my mouse is ran out of battery. Oh no. Okay, I'll be back after a short break. I need to go charge my mouse because I can't move anything. I can't even end my recording. Okay, I am back. My mouse finally has charge, and I've also kind of done like the very rough base. So we're just gonna keep adding stuff onto the base. I'm gonna do the kind of like a lip gloss like thing now, and we're gonna make this out of a cylinder just so it's kind of more accurate. I love this little detail. I love the fact there's a lip gloss kind of wand, but yeah, I think this is gonna be really cute. On the topic of candy, tell me down below which one your favorite is. I love Sour Patch Kids, but I don't like the normal ones because half of the flavors suck. I only eat like the red ones out of the normal packets. But when you get the I think it's the fruit flavored ones, like there's a specific like type. That's my favorite packet because all the flavors in it is so good. But the thing is, I don't understand why people say they're sour. I don't know why they're called Sour Patch Kids, because they're not sour. And I don't even mean like they're a little bit sour, but it's just like not bad. I mean like I genuinely can't taste any sourness in Sour Patch Kids. It's so weird. I also love randoms, but I only like the squishy one. But yeah, let me know down below what your favorite candy is, or sweet should I say. I don't eat sweets that much. I'm more of a chocolate kind of person. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. How am I gonna... Okay, does this look like a lip gloss wand? It kind of looks like a plunger, honestly. But yeah, I prefer chocolate. Okay, for the wheel, what we're gonna do is grab the little wheel thing in here, the wagon wheel, which we can resize, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, wait, we can like resize it outwards as well. Wait, look, this is so cute. Okay, wait, this is actually gonna be adorable. Let me just add the wheel on this side too. Next, let's do everything on the top though. So I just need to do the canopy bit first, and then we can work on the actual sweet display, which I'm kind of dreading. We're gonna have to go get some sweets from my food plot in a second. I feel like she's designed this based on what we actually have in game as well, which is incredibly helpful because a lot of the items, like there's like the basket, hanging basket, and like the heart lights, we have all of this in game. I feel like she's been very considerate to what we actually have. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm building a custom awning. Obviously we have one in game, but I don't really have a wall to place it on. So I'm gonna try and build a little custom one, and how I'm doing this is I'm starting with like a mini frame to kind of put it on, if that makes sense. Oh my god, if this stupid piece would cooperate. And then same on the other side. Okay, I know this looks terrible, but just trust the process, okay? Okay, I don't know how tall this has to be because I need space for like the sweet thing, so I'm gonna switch quickly and make the actual sweet trays. They're kind of like slanted, I guess, so you can kind of see them, and there's 4 gaps on each, so there's 8 in total. So I basically have to somehow just make a little tray thing. Does this look equal? Wait, this is kind of stressing me out now. Guys, I think this is looking pretty good. Okay, I've done like the candy things and the roof, so now we just kind of have to decorate. And before I go and get all the sweets, I just want to add on the little heart lights we have. So we're just gonna do it like this, and then I'm gonna color them quickly, and then we're pretty much done. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we have for the candy is we do have a hanging basket, and the only one I can think to use that will save me making it custom custom is one of these. Oh no, we can't change the height. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna have to make it custom. But we also have like a glass jar, which I'm assuming is like a giant gumball thing, which hangs here. And then we also have the candy in here. So we have to fill all this up. And the example does have candy canes in. So what I think we're gonna do now quickly is go and actually make a stop on my food plot and get all the candy we need so I can kind of start adding it in. And then after that, this one's pretty much done. This is probably one of the quickest builds in today's video. Here we go. We have my hoarder plot. Let's grab some candy. So the first thing we need is the candy canes, which are over here. Okay, kind of hard to see where everything is because I have so much of it, but let's grab some of these. Here we go. And then I also actually want to get the candy corn and the little hearts because I know the packets obviously wouldn't work, but what we're gonna do is take out the little handfuls and then just put those in, if that makes sense. Same with the candy hearts. My favorite. These are so cute. The other candy in the game that's not seasonal, I can just get from a candy bowl, so I don't really need to get any of that from here. I don't think. Okay, no, I don't. So let's put these in my fridge and transfer them over to the other plot. I'm actually so excited to see what this looks like finished. Oh my gosh, where's it gone? Where's my sand gone? Guys, it's just vanished. Wait, this can't be... Oh, I was gonna say it can't be a loading issue because like this is not lagging, but I just decided to hide. Okay, whatever. Let me put down a fridge and then let's get to work with the candy. Okay, here we go. So if I just place all this down quickly, then I can show you what I meant by taking the candy out the packet. So if I grab a candy corn and I click eat, it'll give me... No, I don't want to eat it. Wait, can I not take the little handful? Oh my gosh, no. I can't take the portions. Wait, can I do it with this one? Yeah, okay, I can take portions of the hearts. See if I have like the little heart things like this, but you can't with the candy corn for some reason. I thought you could, but I just wasted all this candy corn. But yeah, I'm just gonna take the portions out of these and then we can add these into the build, as well as grabbing a candy bowl just so we can get the rest of the candy. Oh, we have like little chocolates too. Okay, wait, there's so many things I could put in this. I think it's pretty much done. I have all the candy and everything, which I think looks pretty cute. I need to remove that random cube, but this is it. Obviously, I haven't done the decal text yet because what we're gonna do is at the end, I'll do all like the decals and things, and then we'll tour like every single build and compare it with the reference. So if you want to see everything completely finished, obviously wait till the very end of the video. And that is pretty much it for the candy stand. I think this looks really cute. So it's time to move on. I'm just gonna move all this out of the way, but that means it's time to move on to build number 2. And this one is actually a carousel. So this person actually gave me like a bunch of design ideas, but I think we're gonna go for the carousel because it's definitely my favorite and it's one of the more serious ideas. As this video goes on, you'll see that a lot of the suggestions were just stupid. There is some more fun ones, but right now we seem to be going down the very cutesy Valentine's route. So we are gonna start on this. I'm not gonna make it humongous. It's gonna be a small one because I don't want it to take ages, but we are gonna start with a sphere and I'm just gonna work out how big this thing needs to be. I've actually never made a carousel. Okay, wait, this is perfect. This is the perfect size for like a tiny one. Yeah, I've never made a carousel in the game before. In the drawing as well, they've put kind of like a bird, a heart, and a chocolate for like the ride parts. So I'm gonna have to make those too, but the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of make the bottom bit because it's kind of got details. I think this is gonna be so adorable. Okay, there we go. This is kind of the base, and then I'm basically just gonna add the poles in the roof first and see if I can do this. But anyways, I've just finished watching the Hannah Montana movie, and everyone's talking about Hannah Montana right now because it's like the 20th anniversary or something, but I don't think I've ever watched it. Like, I remember I have this vivid memory of being in Spain at like this rental house when I was younger and them having like Hannah Montana stuff, like the DVDs and stuff, but I don't think I ever watched it. I can't remember watching it ever, so I watched the movie for the first time and it's so good. Okay, how am I gonna space these poles out? But yeah, I've never watched it. It kind of made me want to watch like the rest of the series. I feel like I need to watch more TV shows. I also wanted to watch, there's this show called, is it called Malcolm in the Middle? It's like, you know those shows you always see clips on TikTok? It's one of those. And everyone's saying it's actually good, so I also debated watching that as well. But give me TV recommendations, guys. I need more stuff to watch. I kind of like rotate between Gossip Girls, Gilmore Girls, and Desperate Housewives, and that's all I watch. Oh no, how am I meant to do the roof? Oh, the roof's like a pyramid. Oh no, this is gonna be more difficult than I thought. I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so easy. I'm gonna have to try and do like the triangular roofs. This may be a structural job, but this may be terrible. And it has like these things on the like the around it. Guys, this is actually gonna be difficult. Why did I pick this one? I could have picked the crumble cookies. Okay, let's start with like the side kind of details. Obviously, the cylinder here does have like straight sides. It's not like a perfect cylinder. Oh my gosh, I can't see what I'm building on. Let me make it dark for a second. There we go. So what we can do is we can just go around and make all the parts like this. So if I go and do this and then also do the little curved bit on the top. Where is it? Okay, this thing. We can do this. We can do this. Okay. It's just gonna be hard to figure out how to do such a pointy roof. Also, my microphone stand keeps like creaking and it's so irritating. I don't know why it does it, but I can like hear it when I'm recording. I don't think it picks up on the actual recording, but I can hear it and it drives me insane. Like it genuinely irritates me so much. Okay, so this is the top bit. I'm gonna lower this down, and then there's also kind of like scalloped edges along the bottom. I really didn't look at this build. I really did not look at this sketch very much before picking it because there's so many little details. It's fine. This is gonna be so cute when it's done. They didn't give me any colors. It's just a black and white sketch, so you know what that means. Everything's being pink. You know what? I actually might not do pink on this. I kind of think it'd be cool to do multi-colors. Maybe I'm lying. Here's the kind of details around the top. This actually looks really cool. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna attempt to figure out how to do this roof because I genuinely have no clue what I'm doing. So to start for the roof, I tried to use structurals that I put into like a point shape, which is the same method I used to build a giant pencil house like a year ago. But then it hit me. Bloxburg literally has a cone shape, which was perfect for this. So I panicked for no reason because this is like the perfect shape. So I just added one of these for the roof, and then I also added some details for structurals to match the details on the actual drawing too. So I've pretty much finished everything that isn't the little kind of like ride things, which is what we're gonna do next. But something atrocious has happened, okay? Because mid-recording, Roblox has decided to delete every single classic face and make me look like this. What is that? And also, the necks are longer too, by the way. This whole thing is crazy. Like, look at my neck. What is that? If I even wanted to cover up how ugly they've made the faces with a makeup head accessory, I can't do that either because they've made the neck so long that nothing fits anymore. It's ridiculous. So obviously the reference wanted a bird, a heart, and a chocolate bar like seat thing. Let me just explain what I'm doing. Basically, I'm gonna try and make those, but we're gonna use the floor sitting stool so we can have like actual seats in these things. And I'm basically just gonna try and like make a like fairground seat thing. Anyways, also for the heart one, I'm kind of cheating and doing it this way. Stop, that's adorable. Okay, and then the final one is a bird. I don't know how I meant to make a bird. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. The first thing we're gonna do is make a bird head, which I'm just gonna use a sphere for, and put this on the front. Right, let's put this here, and then we just kind of need like a big body shape, and then I can put some wings on it. Maybe this won't be that hard. It's kind of giving more of a snowman than a bird, but let me see what I can do. Is it meant to kind of be like a dove? Because it's kind of giving like chicken. Oh my gosh, it's kind of cute. I try and convince myself. Now we just need to give it a beak and some eyes. So I'm just gonna do all of this with the shape. Let's give it a little beak like that, and then we could do the little eyes. Oh my gosh, these are gonna look so beady. Wait, okay, there's eye number 1, then eye number 2. It's kind of giving like an adopt me pet. There we go. There's my bird. So these are like the 3 kind of things on the ride. So I'm just gonna quickly add these onto the other kind of things. So we're just gonna have it go all the way around, and then I just need to color the rest of the thing. I think I'm actually gonna do some blue. So I finished the colors off camera, but then I moved on to the next build, which was actually a caramel slice. For some reason, like 3 people drew me a caramel slice, and I'm assuming this is because of that like Norris Nuts meme or something. But this one was super easy. All I did was add a concrete slab of like a biscuity texture, and then a caramel layer and a chocolate one, and then I went to my Christmas plot and I actually grabbed the snow kind of like structural because I wanted to add the drippy caramel, so I did that, and then on top I just added a little chocolate detail, and that was pretty much it. But moving on to the next one, we have this, which is actually meant to be a drawing of the Era Store stage. Now I'm not a Swiftie, so I did have to Google this for more details, but I basically made a mini Taylor Swift stage area. So I started by making the stage shape, and then I added kind of like the background with some lights that she normally has, and of course I'm gonna add the actual background later. But then I added like a pink bit on the stage and a little Susan doll as Taylor Swift, and finally I just added a bunch of Susan and Tom dolls and colored them different colors to be like the crowd. Honestly, this one was super fun and it turned out adorable too. And then next, another small build is actually this teddy. So we're meant to be kind of making this little teddy bear, which also should be one of the easy ones. So I made its body all out of spheres. I added like its stomach and stuff, and the little round feet and round arms. Then on its face, I added the ears, and I tried to do the face with like some little eyes and the mouth, which was so hard to do with structurals because it was so small. And honestly, it ended up looking like an off-brand Real Akuma, or if I drew one with my eyes closed. So we've done the first 5 builds, and it's now time to get into the slightly more complicated ones. I can't believe how stupid this bear looks. But the next build we have is actually my favorite out of all of the submissions, and it's this ice cream house by Ria, one of my staff. It's just so cute. This is by far my favorite one. So we are going to be tackling this next, which I'm I'm kind of scared about because it's kind of an interesting shape. Also, of course, we aren't going to be building the inside because it's not going to be functional. I don't want to have to like make... I have a couple other ones that are also going to be houses, so I don't want to make things with interiors. Otherwise, this is going to take ages. So it's going to be like fake doors and windows. But starting with the ice cream cone, I think I'm going to make it kind of this big. And then obviously it has to kind of go out at the side. So I'm going to try and make it with triangles. We may have to do like a really difficult shape in a second, but let me see if I can actually do it with this first. It's kind of like a bowl shape. Okay, I think this might work. So if I just do this on both sides, I think this kind of like very accurately looks like the shape she kind of drew. Like this. Wait, that's perfect. And then if I add this side, I'm going to fill this middle bit up so we can actually build on it. But this is the base of the waffle cone. I'm going to find a nice color for this. And I think we're going to add some details on it to be like the crisscross shape. Okay, wait, it's so hard to pick like a nice color. Okay, if we do this and then let me grab my structurals. And now we have to kind of do like a crisscross. I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, I think this is okay. This is one side and now we have to kind of do the same going the other way like this. I'm so scared this is going to turn out terrible. It's so hard to do like triangle patterns nicely. Okay, wait, we're getting somewhere. The cone base is done and I also did kind of like a chocolate door. I don't know if it's meant to be chocolate, but she did it brown, so I'm assuming it is. But we are going to move on to the... Why is that a different color? To the actual ice cream scoops on top. And in the reference, they are actually kind of like triangular for some reason. But we aren't going to do that. We are going to do them more kind of round. You know, like very classic round ice cream scoops. And let's just see how this goes. So there's two flavors. She chose probably the worst two flavors ever as well. No offense, Ria. But let's see if we can make these. This scoop is meant to be bigger. But the thing is, I need to make it not like overlap the cone too much. I don't know how to do this. Okay, wait. This one maybe this big and then the other one maybe this big. Oh my gosh, my microphone stand is wiggling again. That's so annoying. Anyways, let's just see if we can figure out a scale for this. Also, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I actually just found out some news, which I'll tell you guys probably in either a couple of weeks or a couple months. I don't know yet, but I just got some news and it's kind of interesting, but I'm not going to tell you yet, but you'll find out soon. It's not like strictly related to my YouTube. It's more my personal life, but it will also make a banger of a YouTube video. So all will be revealed eventually. Okay, I'm trying to make like the thing that goes around the scoop. It's hanging over the kind of like cone and it looks terrible. So this is going to be really hard to like work out. It looks so stupid. I need to make it bigger. All right, hang on. Let me figure this out. Then for the flavors, oh my gosh, the mint choc chip as well has like little kind of heart sprinkles in, which is kind of adorable. Then we have the caramel, which has swirls on it. And I don't know how I'm going to do those, but maybe this is looking pretty cute. I think the cone shape is just too pointy. Oh, and the cherries. Okay, next, the final kind of big thing we're gonna do is the cherries. So we're gonna pop these on top. I'm just gonna use a sphere for these, obviously, but we need to make it a bit bigger. Okay, the cherries are done. The two windows are done as well. I had to like custom make one. They look so bad from the side. Don't look at that. But I did those. I also added a small one on the door. So now what we have to do is like the, I guess like the texture on the actual ice creams. And this one obviously has like mini hot chocolate chips. So what I'm gonna have to do is basically grab a bunch of hot pillows and resize them, and then these can be like the chocolate chips. And then for like the swirly effect on the caramel ice cream, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'll deal with that in a second, but we'll start with the chocolate chips. I will go with, I think, a lighter brown than the windows, just so it doesn't clash. But we're gonna do this, and then we are gonna make them the smallest kind of size possible, and then I kind of have to like stick them everywhere. Okay, I feel like these need to be spread out just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I think that's good for the chocolate chips. So now what we're gonna do is the caramel things. What I could do is similar to what I did for like the caramel slice and just kind of do a structural kind of swirly design on this, but it's gonna be hard because it's always hard to kind of once again put things on the round bit. So let's see how this goes. Okay, wait, this is kind of cute. So I can just do like swirls. I feel like maybe I should have went for a different shade of orange, or I can just change the ice cream to be more similar to it. Okay, you know what, that works. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and draw everywhere. Oh my gosh, that one's very square. There we go. I think that's good enough. There's our ice cream flavors. That is pretty much the ice cream house all done. Yeah, it only looks good from like here, but once again, we'll do a comparison at the end of the video. But now it's time to move on to build number 7, which is actually this random guy's Roblox avatar. And also, I was like looking through the suggestions. The guy who added this isn't even in my Discord server anymore, so I don't even know if he'll see this, but he wanted me to build his Roblox avatar, which I thought was kind of a fun challenge, and it's also kind of easy, except the dinosaur hat. But we are gonna give this a go. I'm gonna try and make it life-sized. He has like the simplest outfit on ever, so it shouldn't take me long to do this at all. But let's start with the legs. He has like these black pants, so I'm gonna do this. Then for the body, we need a nice green shade. He did also at the time say I could make it pink, but no, I will stay true to his outfit and do kind of like a green. This also kind of reminds me of, I built my avatar as like a statue in Bloxburg for a video like 5 years ago or something. I should so do that again. But these are his little arms. He's kind of tall. Then for his head, let's grab a cylinder. And there we go. This is his rough body. We just need to add on his dinosaur hat and then his little tie. And for the dinosaur hat, I genuinely don't know how to do this, okay? I'm kind of like, I think we could do it with a cylinder. It's gonna have to be a very weird shape, okay? Okay, this is a good rough shape. Trust the process. Oh my god, this looks so bad. What am I saying? But then we need to do its little eyes and its spikes. Its eyes also have like a little white detail, so I'm gonna have to do that too, just to be accurate. So let me stick this on here. I need to lower them down, obviously. Oh my god, why is this kind of giving like Bin Weevil pet? Did any of you play Bin Weevils? Oh my gosh, I used to love that game. I had like VIP. I think it was more of like a British website. Same with Moshi Monsters. So if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like Club Penguin, but if you were like a bug and it was all like in a bin. It was kind of strange, honestly. That was such a good game. Also for the spikes, I think I'm just going to use the cone shape. I think the spikes are dark green. Okay, can I like, oh wait, this is perfect. We can do the little spikes really well with this. I didn't realize you could kind of like change the cone shape so much. Okay, wait, this is great. These spikes look good. I can also use these spikes for its teeth because the hat has like little teeth around it. There's his hat done. And then let's do the tie quickly, which we might be able to use the cones for like the top shape as well. I feel like it's kind of a good tie shape. This cone item has been so useful today. I completely forgot we even had it. I'm gonna use this so much more now. This can be like the top of the tie, and then for the actual tie shape, can I use this for the actual tie as well? Let me figure this out. So it'll be very long. I might need to, oh my gosh, it goes inside his head perfectly. Okay, wait, then this is like the tie bit, and then I can also add another cone for the bottom. Oh my gosh, why is this so good? There we go, and that is pretty much the little avatar done, except the face. But I'm gonna do what I've done with a lot of the other stuff. Oh no, I broke my mouse. Hang on. I'm gonna do what I've done with a lot of the other stuff, and of course do the decal at the end. So we'll do a decal face too, just so it's accurate. But I think this is pretty cute. It's kind of made me want to build more avatars. Maybe I'll do a building your avatars video. Anyways, let's move on to build number 8. Okay, we have 3 left, and build number 8 is actually this cat-shaped house, which I thought was so cute. However, once again, we're not gonna have like an interior or anything, and I think it's gonna be more of like a miniature one like these ones. But I think this is so cool, so let's see how accurately I can build a cat-shaped house. So this build definitely went on to be like my favorite. I started by just adding like a body shape, and then the legs, and then the head shape and a tail and some ears, just kind of making the rough structure of a cat. But then I made the little windows to go on just out of like teeny tiny structurals, and I added like the orange color and kind of like added those around. I also made a mini door to go on one of the legs too. And then for the eyes, I really wanted them to kind of look like the windows a little bit, so I made those kind of in a similar style, with the eyes just being like a panel of wood, I guess. And I gave it a little nose, and then added the whiskers on too, and the stripes on the body. But then finally for the chimney, I added like a little cloud made out of cylinders too. It was a pretty easy one, but this was just honestly my favorite. It's so cute. But moving on to the 9th build, we have a hot air balloon. This one is so cool. However, I knew it was going to be difficult to get like the balloon shape, but that's what I decided to start with. And I basically took cylinders and kind of placed them in like the same place and rotated them so that I could get the round shape as well as the stripes to color it with, and it actually worked really well. I added kind of like 2 in between each other to kind of give it a more oval shape, but obviously this was going to have to be scaled down, so this is like a miniature version. Then I added the flame machine for the flames like the person suggested, and I added all the details of like the ropes and stuff kind of attaching the balloon. This one was honestly really fun to sit and do, but it had a lot of structurals, but it was really cool in the end. Once that was all done, I made the basket kind of like out of another cylinder and added a bunch of details and like the sandbags on these too, but that was pretty much it. Oh my gosh, I just tapped back into the game and it was like zoomed on in the bear's face, and that was terrifying. Anyways, the balloon is all done, and it looks honestly like it's being squeezed. Like the decoration around the middle looks like it's squeezing it, but there is also something bugging me about this. So obviously I made the balloon smaller because it was meant to be a miniature version, but what I didn't remember is that meant I would have to make the basket smaller. So the basket is like huge, but honestly I think this looks super cute. I actually think this is kind of adorable, but that is it for that build, which brings us on to the final build, and for this one, we're actually going to be building a strawberry duck. I saw this drawing and I was like, you know what, to end it off, I think this would be super cute. So I'm just going to try and build a duck. I can't promise that it'll look like a duck, but you know. So let's just start piecing together the body with some basic shaped spheres. I actually don't really have a lot of experience building animals. The only ones I've kind of ever made are the swans I did for my ballet studio video. That was so good. They looked really cute. However, there's so many people who are like so good at building animals in Bloxburg. One of the ones that always comes to mind is Chaotic Neutral. She is one of the most talented Bloxburg builders ever. Her animals are incredible. She's done so many. Okay, the duck has like chubby cheeks, so I need to kind of do like the bit along the front. Chaotic Neutral is such a good builder. There's so many builders who are incredible. One of my other favorites as well is her username has a bunch of Z's, but she's also really cool. I see her on Twitter all the time. See, I need to start sweating at Bloxburg again. I feel like I need to get back on the level. I feel like I'm like 3 years behind in building. Okay, how can I give it like a cute little tail? Okay, you know what? That's good enough. That kind of mound. And now I need to do the thing on its head as well. Okay, let's try and do like the strawberry cap. This might not work. Okay, wait, I may have to do it with spheres because they're less harsh. Not gonna lie, he kind of looks like he just has like a pile of seaweed on his head, but I added that. I added the beak, the little kind of blush on the cheeks, and I also added the grass circle. But what we're gonna do is quickly do the eyes and also decorate the grass, and then I'm gonna finish like all these seeds on it off camera because I'm gonna have to place down like 50 of them. But it has these really cute kind of like oval eyes, so I'm gonna try and get them pretty cute. These ones are kind of huge. Why does it look so weird? I feel like this looks so bad. There we go. There's his little face. He looks so goofy. But the last thing I want to do is decorate the grass. Luckily, the flowers they drew are very simple, so what we can actually do is just use this pillow and add a few of these around and then like rotate them, transform them to be on the floor. Where is the grass in here? What should we use? This maybe? If I like, can I make it smaller? Yes. Okay, this is kind of perfect. I just need to get a better shade of green like this, and then if I color the flowers, okay, wait a second, this is so cute. Okay, there we go. That's kind of like the surrounding area. I kind of want to add some grass in the back. I feel like it looks odd, but this is pretty much the duck all done except the seeds. So what I'm gonna go and do is finish this off and then also finish off like all the final details for the rest of them, mainly just the decals. But once these are all done, I will see you for the final tour and we will finally compare these to each image and see how well I've actually done this. So the builds are all done and we are gonna compare every single one to its original drawing and see how accurate I've managed to get these, starting down at the first one we did, which was the sweet stall. So this honestly might be the most accurate one, but on the left we of course have my build, and then on the right we have the drawing, and I do think this is pretty accurate. Like, it looks pretty good. This was definitely one of the cutest, but yeah, I love this one so much. I love all the candy. It looks so cute. There's not much to look at. Oh yeah, as well, I did the decal by tracing the original kind of pictures text because I thought it looked so cute, and I kind of wanted to keep like her original, I guess, writing, so we have that too. But that is the candy stall. Moving on to this one. This might be one of my least favorites just because of the colors. So if I go over here, we have the little, I can't remember what these are called. It's genuinely, I don't know what these are called. It begins with a C. But we have this, and then we have the actual drawing. Now obviously they didn't color it, so I kind of went blue and I kind of hate it. Like, I hate the colors, but the actual build looks pretty okay. I love the details, like the little kind of scalloping and stuff. This is kind of ugly, but we have that one. Next we have the caramel slice, and I feel like, you know, there was no way for me to get this one wrong, really. I think it looks pretty good. Then for the Swifties, we of course have Taylor Swift's little Eras tour, and obviously the original image for this lacks detail, so I think mine is better than the drawing, but I actually think this is so cute. I had a great time building in like miniature form. Then we have the teddy, which is just genuinely terrifying. Yeah, I think the drawing's better. It looks kind of scary. Then moving on back here, we have, I think, my second favorite, Ria's ice cream house. This looks so cute. I think it's pretty accurate to the reference, except the window on the door. I think this is really good. I think it's so cute. I love this one. Then we have this guy's Roblox avatar, which, you know what, I did a good job on. I couldn't make the face any smaller, so it's kind of a bit odd, but I'm very happy with this one. The like dinosaur hat looks so stupid. Then we have, this is my favorite overall. I think this is my favorite. We have the cat house. I love this idea. I think it looks so cute. I genuinely love it. It looks so adorable. I love the smoke coming out the tail. Like, I think this is my favorite by far. Then we have the giant balloon, which is definitely not accurate accurate. The size is kind of a bit off, but I do kind of like mine. I think the drawing might be better, but I did just have a lot of fun building this, not gonna lie. And finally, we have the strawberry duck who is all finished with the kind of seeds. This is the comparison. I think I did an okay job. It just looks a little bit terrifying, and also like it's got some disease with the strawberry kind of seeds. It looks like it's got chicken pox or something, but yeah, it's cute. But that is everything. That is all 10 of my buildings that I've made from you guys drawing. This was actually really fun. So genuinely, if you guys want a part 2, let me know, and I'll let more of you submit drawings because I had a great time. I would happily do far more of these, but yeah, that is everything. Thank you all so much for kind of submitting your builds your drawings a few weeks ago. But that is it. Let me know which one was your favorite down below, and I will see you all later. Of course, as per usual, a huge thank you to all my channel members. Thank you so much for joining the channel, and of course, all my Nitro boosters, thank you so much for boosting my Discord server, and finally, all of my real life merch buyers, thank you so much for buying the merch. But that is it, and I will see you all later. I love you all so much, glossettes. XOXO, Glossy Girl.